Let's taste some nonfiction read-aloud books. Here's one, Best in Snow, by author, illustrator April Policere. That is me. Here is the front flap. Look, it's snowing. We're gonna just dive right in. Best in Snow, published by Beach Lane Books. A freeze, a breeze, a cloud, it snows. Snowflakes land on a squirrel's nose. Snow sails, it settles, shows shapes, dusts wings. Snowfall quickens and thickens, snow clumps and clings. But then, wind sifts, snow drifts, sun shines, water seeps. Do you feel the book started, the language sort of driving along, moving you forward from page to page? And you feel perhaps a little annoyed that I didn't read the whole book. There is a thread that pulls the reader forward, and that is on purpose. A good read aloud should make you want to turn the page, should make you feel like someone is sharing with you as the reader something that they love. And any good read aloud should be like that, and it is for nonfiction too. So I polish my words, and I know my fellow authors like Laura Purdy Salas and Melissa Stewart, and there's so many other wonderful ones, work on our words over and over. I do 50 drafts or more. And so each book, by the time I'm done with it, my editors and I have made every page and every word as delicious as possible for you. And the first couple times, maybe even 3 or 4 times, you share it with your reader, I hope that you will read it cover to cover and just the words on the page. Resist the temptation to point out things and stop and tell what you know. I know it's hard because they're cute critters and wonderful things and things you want to share, but there is a shape to the book that you're going to miss if you never read it cover to cover. Let's taste a little more and you'll get the idea of what I'm talking about. This is in the Weather Rock series along with Best in Snow. Feel the fog. Fog rolls in, damp and pale. A cloud ground level hugs stone and snail. It swallows the distant, details dim, colors gray. Lights glow, barely show, squint to find the way. Feel the fog. So are you feeling that too, the way that you feel a natural event in weather unfolding, or the seasons in full of fall? You want your reader to feel that too, and in order to do that, it's important that you read the whole thing through. Many people who are reading a book they don't know well, or if they haven't done a lot of read aloud, in the middle of the read aloud, they just stop at a page and just sort of start blabbing about what they know. It really is almost a nervous thing that you have a little hiccup in your brain and you look out on the audience and you're thinking, oh, I'm being boring, I need to say something interesting, or you know, you get distracted by a kid who's in the audience and you miss the thread of the book. That's the hard point, is to stay focused. Just read what's on the page and have pauses where the listeners can look and they can think about what's on the page and have their own thoughts. My books are set up to be an emotional conversation with the reader, in that I don't say, I want you to love frogs. I'm showing you and sharing with you what makes my heart move, and I'm hoping that yours will echo in turn. But I'm not telling you, and I need time with the reader, space for them to think without being told all the time, just to look and think. So let me show you a little bit of this, being a frog. And again, it's really just, it's okay. Everyone does that. Even I do that sometimes when you get nervous and you just sort of start saying things that are not on the page. A frog is a being. It is watching. It is seeing. A frog has favorites. This rock, this log. Its daily job, support the frog. A frog must hunt. It scans, it spies. It crawls, it lunges, it fails, retries. It cools in the shade beneath a flower. It hides underwater, bath or shower. Now, again, it's hard not to fill in with the frogs, but of course you want to share the book multiple times and then have your readers point out things and tell what they know and tell what you know and share your inquiry. These are books for very young readers in general, although the end matter can be enjoyed by all and is more at older kids or adult level. And the book itself is like a poem or a song, and just because songs have a few words, I don't recall saying that means that it's not for older readers. So a picture book is an experience that's made to be felt. There are some books where you want your readers to be listening and speaking while you're reading. And these kinds of books, I have a couple of these. There's one called Home at Last. This is another one called Bloom Boom. It's about wildflower, mass wildflower blooms all across the world, really, but primarily the United States. And I wrote and illustrated this. My husband helped me with some of the photos. Here's the front flap. From woodlands to gardens, ready, set, go. Nature is preparing a flower show. Now you can introduce a book however you want. I've seen the picture perfect science people. Sometimes they'll cover the whole book with a brown paper and reveal bits. And however you want to book talk your way into it and link it is fine. But once you get into it, with this kind of book, prepare your readers. So teach them the refrain. Repeat after me. Bloom, boom. Now, when you listen to this book, you're going to notice that you'll feel at times that we're going to hear those words again. Bloom, boom. And when you feel that, I want you to get ready to chime in with me and help me with that part. Bloom, boom. Now, I'm going to raise my arms at the time when we're going to get ready to say it, just like a choir director, and show you when to chime in. So with this kind of a book, you might want to have someone else turn the pages so you can do the choir director too. But I would have them practice Bloom Boom in different kinds of, let's say it all together quietly. Bloom Boom. Let's say it a little louder. Bloom Boom. Now say it like you saw it, the most exciting thing I've ever seen. Bloom Boom. Or those kinds of things. Okay, everybody ready? Every spring across the land, seeds sprout, stems pop out. Bloom, boom. Leaves emerge, stalks surge. Bloom, boom. Plants rise, shapes surprise, bloom, boom. And so the whole book has these bloom booms, except for a little change in the pattern that's sort of like variations in a song that prepares you for the final bloom boom. You might want to have, you'll notice that the bloom boom is always on is primarily on a 2-page spread, except for the end when it uses a page turn. So those are some of the techniques and tips that help with nonfiction read aloud picture books. Yes, there are picture books that are nonfiction that are made more to point and read at piece by piece. But for these very carefully designed books for story times, Bloom Boom is a restful and joyful book that I hope you'll enjoy. And a very much older one is Warbler Wave. I don't think I have any other. Seagulls Soar, all those kinds of things. If you have a piece that has lots of sounds, you can share them ahead of time, and then the kids can chime in. So I hope you enjoy that. Thank you.